Hey guys, it is 5:33 in the morning on September 8th, and I apologize in advance for the heater. I'm going to move it closer to myself because I'm freezing in here. It's about 65 degrees here in the living room because the temperature during the day fluctuates between 65 and 80, so there's no point in turning on the actual furnace yet, so it's just me and the heater. And we've become very good friends over the past week and a half to 2 weeks. It's that odd time in approaching fall where the weather here in Iowa just doesn't know what the hell it's doing. It never does, but you have some times where you enter autumn and it's like 90 degrees every day for like a month straight, and you have other times here where it fluctuates between the 60s and the 80s, so joyous. But if you've been here a while, you know that I have a really cool cold sensitivity that comes both from just me being cold and my hypothyroidism, which one of the symptoms is a cold sensitivity, and anything that's below 75-ish is pretty miserable for me, and I'm freezing cold, and it stiffens up my joints pretty bad, which is also a symptom of the hypothyroidism. It is being treated. My pain has definitely lessened since it's been started treating, and I'm on a higher dosage now than I was the first month, and I go in for a blood test in about a week, I think, maybe a little less, to see if things have normalized and if they need to change my dose again. So things are going okay in that department, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm cold as hell, and I haven't accomplished anything. I've written a little bit in Pittman's Legend King, but not enough to be noteworthy. I doubt it's even 100 words. It's probably closer to like 50. Well, it's closer to 40. Yeah, it's closer to 40 words, give or take. But things have been very slow. Initially, for the first 4 hours of the morning, well, closer to 5, I was mostly focusing on just staying awake because I didn't want to fall asleep, but I was absolutely exhausted. And then, of course, I couldn't eat or drink anything. I have since made coffee, but it's still sitting there waiting for me to stir it enough to actually be able to drink it. And I haven't gotten around to the eating part yet because I don't want to move from in front of my heater. So, we'll get there eventually. But I'm going to attempt to get some work done on Pittman's Legend King. If things continue to be very, very slow, I'm just going to rotate through my books. Work back around to stuff and things, maybe do some research, maybe do Untitled Mysteries, I don't know. Depending on if I'm on the desktop later today, I might do audio transcriptions for that, and then get back into formatting for Man of Darkness. I'm not sure yet. I don't have any editing to do today. I have another person that I can edit for, but I'd like to give myself like a day's break from editing before I do that. So I'll most likely just skip over editing today, and use my editing like hour or two for formatting Man of Darkness stuff, but I still need to figure out what the hell I'm going to do for the chapter designs there, so we'll see what happens. But that's all I've got at the moment. I'm going to attempt to get some work done, see what happens, and I expect things to be slow. That's fine. I didn't meet my word goal yesterday. I was a little bit short. I'll let you know right now. So my goal every day is 5,000 words. I wrote 4,736 yesterday, so 264 words short. So the goal would be to hit 5,264 today, but we'll see what happens. And regardless of how slow progress is or how fast it is or whatever, I will be sure to give you guys an update when I actually have something update-worthy to offer. It is 11:15 p.m. and I'm getting ready to move back into the living room.
I spent a lot of time working on formatting Man of Darkness and recording the screen for that and so on and so forth. But before I did that, I worked on Untitled Mysteries, and I wrote another 1,380 words in that. And I don't have what that was on my written count for the day, because I'm recording on my phone. But I know I'm not at my goal yet, if nothing else. So I have a few more things to shut down in here, and then I can move out there and we will see what happens. But I'll give you guys another update before midnight, assuming that I accomplished something, but we'll see. Today was pretty up there for me. I had an anxiety attack a couple hours ago, so I don't know how well writing will go, but we'll see. And if I accomplish anything, I'll give you an update before midnight, and if not, I'll see you sometime tomorrow.
Alrighty, it is 2:27 in the morning and I haven't done any writing yet. I've spent the morning so far talking to one of my two writer friends. They're on a Discord server that I do sprints with them on because they both really enjoy sprinting. Writing sprints, of course, not running sprints. I would not participate in that. But she's having a lot of issues with writing and taking joy in it and getting her book out there, so I consider that much more important than working on my own stuff at the moment. But I think we've done a pretty damn good job of talking through a lot of it, so I'm going to turn off my tablet and turn it back on because it has no internet. So I'm going to do that and then attempt to make the last work in progress video that I uploaded live, so that way it's actually uploaded and on YouTube. And then I'm going to wash my face and work on Untitled Mysteries. I'm still not feeling tip-top shape or anything. It's been a stressful couple days, and it's been a couple days where it's very easy for something to just bury itself in my brain and deeply affect my work. So I'm going to continue working on Untitled Mysteries. I didn't meet my writing goal yesterday, obviously. So I'm going to continue working on Untitled Mysteries for a bit. It's the least stressful, which is great. So I'm going to do that. And if it goes well, I might do that all morning. I don't know. But regardless, I will give you guys an update when I have one to give. But until then, turn on tablet, upload YouTube video, or make video live, wash face, work on Untitled Mysteries, and I will see you guys at some point. Alrighty, it is 4:03 p.m. and I've been up since a little before 3. One of my dogs woke me up at 1:30-ish, and I've been in and out since then, but then I finally gave up at 3. I haven't done any work yet. I've just been sitting here attempting to wait until my pain dies down a bit, but that's not working at all. I have both of my knees in compression braces. I have my ankle in a brace, the one that hurts the most anyway, and I've put some of my lidocaine stuff on it, which has worked on one of my knees, but not my ankle, so that's cool. But I'm going to do a bit of Man of Darkness formatting first. The main thing to do today is go through the scene breaks, which I do with 3 asterisks during my first draft, and replace those with the Reaper Blade, which is pretty much what I did with Ashes in the Light and Cut to the Kill. Cut to the Kill is a knife. It is one of the knives that is featured on the cover of the book as well, and Ashes in the Light is a ghost that I designed. But I need to do that today, and eventually I need to write the acknowledgments and the copyright page and make the title page, but I can't do the title page until I have the cover done because I need to make sure that they look the same. And then I need to do some stuff at the end of the book, like the QR code and the extra blank pages, and I think that's all that's at the end of the book. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that's it. But Friday, sounds about right, is the absolute last day that I can work on formatting, so that way I can start editing on Saturday. And I would like to have it done before then, so I can have a few free days to do other things related to editing. As soon as I finish formatting, the next day I would like to edit for someone else before I get back into my own editing. Again, I'm editing little snippets of like 3,000 words for people for free in exchange for reviews, so I can eventually put it on my website for freelance editing services. It's just taking a while to build up reviews and to find people for those reviews, basically. But I do have a person that wants their 3,000 words edited, so we'll see if I finish formatting today or tomorrow, so that way I can still fit it in before I have to start editing Man of Darkness again. But if all goes as planned, this should be the last edit of Man of Darkness, edit 8, and then I'll move on to putting it into KDP and designing the cover and doing the ebook and ordering the proof copies and so on and so forth. So that's something. But I'm going to start with that, and then I need to work on TGV because I'm skipping over editing, obviously, today. But then it's TGV, and then Freddy's untitled book, Killer in Training, Freddy Feckenhauer. But we'll see. I did accomplish some stuff this morning. You saw that with Untitled Mysteries. Some of the scenes were going very, very well there, and I was very thankful for that. But I don't know how well everything else will go, so we'll see. If worse comes to worse, I might just rotate through my books really quick after I finish working on Man of Darkness, and then go back to doing either Untitled Mysteries for the Stuff and Things count, or even transcriptions, depending on how the day goes. So, that's all I have. I'm going to attempt to do some formatting on Man of Darkness, and, well, I will do some formatting, and then I'll attempt to write. But I'll see you guys with an update after I get some writing done at some point. Hey guys, it is currently 8:59 in the morning on September 10th, and this morning has gone incredibly well. I have written 5,082 words so far, and I hit 50,000 on my overall written progress for the month so far. Things have been great. It feels very, very good, to say the least. I started with Books and Badges, and I wrote 528 words there, which surpassed the 472 word goal. I worked on Untitled Mysteries, and I wrote 1,642 words there. I moved to TGV, and I wrote 156 there. Then I worked on the still untitled second book in Freddy's series. Killer in Training is the series title. I still don't have a title for book 2, though. But I wrote 1,224 words there, which surpasses the 1,191 word goal every day if I wanted to finish it, or if I wanted to hit 30,000 words by the end of the month. And then I worked on Beatings from a Butcher, which you saw the title of yesterday. It's a new book that I started, a new crime novel or novella or something, which I'm assuming you guessed it was crime based on the title, but honestly, who knows? Maybe you just thought I was writing some exciting things about butchers. I don't know. But it's in the same universe as all my other books, and it's in the same department as Letters from a Madman, which I wrote last year, potentially, which is why it's named that way. Letters from a Madman, Beatings from a Butcher.
It's in the same department. It's 2 different detectives. It takes place the same day that the Letters from a Madman ended. And the detective that they call in for the new homicide actually mentions why can't the other 2 detectives work it when this book begins. But I wrote 1,532 words there out of the needed 784 words that it would take to meet 17.5 thousand words by the end of the month if I worked on it every single day. And all of that together brings me to my 5,082. So I'm very happy with progress today. And then overall, I'm very, very happy with the way Beatings from a Butcher is going so far. Both of my main characters, there are 2 detectives, so both of them are main characters, are already sharing their personality with me, which is great. Normally, I have to, like, fake it till I make it for the first several chapters, and then finally the characters reveal stuff, and then I can go back and change it later. Like, in The Lost City of Z, I didn't find out that Jack was a dentist's son for several chapters. I didn't find out that he has a daddy's family fund card all the time with him, where he just spends his dad's money and that's what he refers to it as, and his dad doesn't care because Jack is his only son and he would literally do anything for him. And those are all things that I found out thousands of words into the book. I found out stuff about these guys in the very first chapter. I found out the type of person that James is. He's my older detective. He's 65 years old. I normally don't have an age at the beginning either, but I know that he is 65. I know that he has arthritis. I know that they've been trying to force him into retirement for years, but he doesn't want to because detectiving is the only thing that he does in his life. And I know that he's a very, very kind man, and he's very, very kind to all of the people at the station, whether they are his superior or an officer that is positioned beneath him in the ranking of things. And then I know some things about Megan, which is his new partner. She's a rookie. She worked in Maine previously. She has been transferred here because she didn't want the detective job in Maine, so when she was promoted, she applied for a detective job in New York at RPD, which is the station in Letters from a Madman, but I never mentioned the city name as far as I could find last night, so at the moment I'm just going to continue to call it RPD. Eventually I'll have to find the paper that has the damn city name on it so I can actually name it, but for now they work in New York, which is something that I know it's stated in Letters from a Madman. I just don't know what the hell the R name is. I'm imagining it's a city that I made up, but I have no idea what it is, so I'm going to have to find the paper at some point. But regardless, I'm very, very excited about the way this book is going. I'm very happy about the progress I've made today, and things went well, especially compared to the rest of the month, which is great. So I'm actually going to take the next half hour off. I'm not going to do any more writing for the next half hour. I'm just going to go take my sleep gummy thingies, and then I'm just going to dick around on my phone for the next half hour and call it good. And then when I wake up, I'll do some other stuff. I don't know if I'll attempt to work on transcriptions or what I'll do, but whatever I end up doing, it doesn't have to be writing. I met my writing goal, which feels so damn good to be meeting it again before I go to sleep. I actually worked on it today. I actually sat down and did my things, and I had no issues with it. Some books were slow, some scenes were slow, some, 6-15 minutes were slow, but things went well. That's great. So that's all I have for right now. I'm going to take the next half hour off, 25-ish minutes, closer to that now. And I'll see you guys at some point later on in the day. I mean, I imagine I'll probably do more writing later on today, but if I do, it'll either start with Beatings from a Butcher or FTZ, in which case FTZ will be super little amount. And if it's neither of those, it will be audio transcription stuff. So I will see you guys at some point later on in the day with an update on whatever I end up doing, but for now I'm just going to take the next 25-ish minutes to myself. It's crazy to think about.